and today I'm going to demo our favorite way to do Y-seams and mitered corners on your borders using the Quilter's Quarter Marker by So Unique. And you can buy these online at our shop or come into the store. But I wanted to put this video out so you can see the easiest way to do Y-seams and mitered corners. So first of all, you're going to take your quilt top, and for all intents and purposes, we're going to call this our quilt top today. We're going to fold it so we know where the center of our quilt top is on this side where we're going to put our border on, and on the corresponding side where we're going to put the other border on. So I have the centers marked on both of those. Then I'm going to take my borders, and your borders need to be as long as your finished quilt size. So if you have quilt top, you take your quilt top, add the width of both of your borders, and that's the finished size of your quilt or your quilt block, okay? So your borders need to be that long. Take your borders, mark them in the center as well, so you know where the center of your borders are. By the way, your borders can be longer than your finished quilt top, they just cannot be shorter. Mark the center of that border there. And then we're going to take these and we're going to put them right sides together on our quilt top, just like you were going to sew your borders on, but you have a little overhang. So if you see the back side of this, there's my quilt top. I've lined up my center points and pinned right there. Now I'm going to take my Quilter's Quarter Marker, and at point E, which is right in the center, there's a little dot where I can put a pencil through. I'm going to take that and I'm going to line that up on the edge of my quilt top. I'm going to show you on the wrong side so that you can see it. But right here, there's a little dotted line. Here's my E, and there's my little circle where I can put a pin mark through. And I'm going to mark right there on my quilt top. That's where I'm going to start sewing. I'm going to go over to the other side of my quilt top, and I'm going to do the exact same thing. Line that up across the top of my quilt top. Look at my E, and I'm going to put my pencil right. I'm going to put my pencil again right in that spot and mark a 1/4 inch. Okay? And then when I go to sew my borders, I am going to sew from that dot to that dot. And I have this one marked. Apparently I do not. I have this one marked on this side. So you can see I'm going to start sewing there where that little dot is here, and I sewed to the same mark I marked over on this side, okay? I'm going to do that on both corresponding edges. So I will have a border going across this way, sewn from 1/4 inch to 1/4 inch, and a border going across this way, 1/4 inch to 1/4 inch. So I have, it looks like this, with my top hanging open, and there's a 1/4 inch that's not sewn right in between, okay? I'm now going to lay this like this so that my quilt top is between my borders. Kind of makes a triangle with my quilt top. My borders are right sides together and they go straight across. Okay? Then I'm going to take my Quilter's Quarter Marker, and I am going to lay it with this point here, the B point, right where I made my dot. So that lines up right there, and I'm going to draw a line down here. That line is my cut line. My sew line is a 1/4 inch in where you see the dotted line. Okay, so I'm going to show you holding this up without the ruler. I've made a line here. That's where I'm going to cut. So once I've sewn this, it looks like this. You can see where I've drawn my line. That was my draw line or my cut line, and then I sewed a 1/4 inch from there straight down again from that little dot. Now, when I open this up, I have a perfect Y-seam or a perfect mitered corner, both ways. And now I can trim this excess off right where I drew that line. I'm just going to show you on a larger quilt top so you can see how easy that is. Here's my top. I measured my borders and made sure that they were longer than my finished top, which means this top plus my borders. I marked the center of my quilt top. I marked the center of my borders, pinned them, and lined them up on here. And then I took my Quilter's Quarter Marker, using that E dot, and I'm going to try to show you on this side of the top. Using that E spot, I put that right on the edge, marked my dot, did the same thing down on this end, marked my E right on the edge of my quilt top, marked my dot, and sewed this border on. And then I repeated on the other side. So now I take my quilt top, fold it so that my borders are straight across, and again I've got that triangle, and out here I have the remnants of my borders that aren't sewed. Okay, I'm going to lay that flat. I'm going to turn it around so you can see where my dot is, and I'm again going to take this ruler and I'm going to put my B right on that dot that I made before, and I'm going to draw my line out. Now, not sure how well you can see this because of the video, but when you have a border that's wider than your ruler, all you need to do is use the double ruler method. I don't have another ruler, so I'm going to demonstrate by using my mat. Line your ruler up next to your quilter's quarter marker, remove your quilter's quarter marker, and draw your line. Just like that. Now, when I open this up and I've sewn from here, I can then cut this off and I will have a perfect mitered corner on that side. So it works for borders, it works for Y seams. It's an awesome tool, and you can also use it to mark a 1/4 inch mark on your sewing machine if you want to check that too. So try the Quilter's Quarter Marker from So Unique. You can find it at Annie's Quilt Shop. We charge $9.99, and it's the best $10 you'll spend. Thanks very much.